Yes, so my people, welcome again to another episode of FODLive. And today on FODLive, I have a very interesting personality with me. I am talking of no other person. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as I welcome on stage Mr. Shegu. Mr. Shegu, thank you so much for coming to FODLive.
It's always my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I did my research before actually inviting you to FOD Hall of Fame. So I discovered that you're actually a former banker and now you are in the construction industry. So how has the banking system been before you left anyway?
Well, the banking system has always been interesting. I've always been a banker all the days of my life. At least I started my banking career in 2004. Of course, I had a break within 2 years, and then I culminated it in 2019. That's before the COVID. Yeah. So precisely, let's just say by December 2019, yeah, we call it a quit in the banking industry. Yeah.
Just to come to the construction industry.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's have a change. You know, when we're in the banking industry, we used to feel well, construction pays more, than the banking sector. Okay, but it's only for us to come to construction. I will see that there are different types of construction companies, so their payment is not the same, and based on depending on exposures and depending on the bureaucracy. So, of course, in the business world, we have bureaucracy. We also have salary structures too. So sometimes it's not the way you look at it from outside that you see it. Especially when you get into the system, that's when you get to know if there's really control in the system, if it's really functioning or it's not functioning. So that's happening.
Okay, so you're talking about the pays and all that. Is there actually about the pay or there's a little bit of passion attached to the banking and then the construction?
It's either you are there or not. It's either yes or no. Yes. Nobody's interested in how you went about it, but where are the results? That's what people are interested in. So in the banking industry, we've tried. We met the good, the bad, the ugly. We met the la creme of the society. We met different people that we work with. We've gathered experiences. We've gone for several trainings. That the bank also expanded on us, and we also give them value. Okay. I see my work as a game. When you're involved in a game, you put passion into it. And then when you put passion into your job, you surely get a result, a better result, because you're not being cajoled by anybody to do the job. It comes from your heart and then you do it right. And besides that, when this thing has to be delivered, you need to have what they call response time. Response time is at least for you to make use of the valuable tools at the right time to give it right at the right time to get it. Yes. So you will not be found wanting. That's response time. That's not the time for you to be joking or thinking about home when you are at work, because you want to deliver to the customers. You want to also meet organizational aims, goals, and objectives too. So in the banking industry, it's been a fun all along. We've met everyone. We've learned. We've learned. We've unlearned. We've relearned over time. That's it. So it's been fun.
Yes. Okay, so now here what he talk. He say if the system is not controlled, I'll be high table down.
If there's no control, you cannot control the system.
No, now I enter share. So all this while, how have you been able to balance work and family?
They say charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. The individuals make up the family, and it is a group of families that make up the society. So you need to do your own part. The family is where you're going to go back to. In Yoruba language, they say you will not say because you are going to Ede, you will not because of that spoil Ede. Because when you get to Ede, it is Ede that you return to. Okay? You get the gist?
Speak up for Yoruba.
Yes. Pé tá a bá ń lọ sẹ́dẹ̀ nítorí pé à ń lọ sẹ́dẹ̀ ká tẹ́dẹ̀ bẹ̀ẹ̀dẹ̀ jẹ́. Torí tá a bá lọ sẹ́dẹ̀ tá a bá máa fi padà láti Ede, òde náà lè máa padà sí. So you don't spoil the home front because of the outside. So while you have to you have to balance it up. While you have to deliver at work, you also have to do the needful at work too, because nobody will do it for you. Like I may mention in Indonesia, the spirit of ownership. So you have to feel obligated, obliged to do the needful. So a balanced person is somebody that is meeting equilibrium in the society. You're taking care of the home, you're responsible, you're in charge. you're in control. At the same time, too, you're also taking care of the work too. So that makes you a complete reasonable personality.
Wow, Mr. Shegu, I dey feel you. So my very next question, sir. In your field of practice, both in the banking system, both in the banking sector and then the construction sector, have you experienced any form of bully?
Bullying has always been part of my life.
Tell me about it.
I've always been a victim of bullying. Yeah, helped me has to do with spiritual value. I've seen a situation by my subordinate was made to take a position I'm supposed to be in because a superior authority um, felt that is the best way he wants to do it. Of course, he expected me to be rude. He expected me to not to be control and not to be cooperating. But because of the spiritual values in me, I believe humility speaks volume. Humility brings riches, glory, and life. And besides that, you have a good name to protect. Integrity.
Very important.
Yeah, and credibility too. So because I got that with onset, I prepared my mind. You don't learn to fight war in the battlefield. You must have learned what the intrinsics before the war. So I've learned over time, over the years, spiritual values. I've seen the reason why I should appreciate the spiritual values and should put it to work. So even in my place of work, those spiritual values are working for me. That has to do with reasonableness. That has to do with patience, humility, forbearance, self-control, even fellow feeling. It is not the fault of my insubordinate. It is not the fault of my subordinate that an authority kept him there. So he's not acting on his own volition. So one time I get to understand that even if you have to go against him, it does not affect your salary. For the fact they put that person in a position does not mean that they're going to increase the salary or they will decrease your own salary. And do you know what? I got a lot of benefit from it. My patience spoke volume. It's paid off. And for one, I secured my credibility. And secondly, I was able to make use of. I saw the level of maturity in me. I was able to weigh it and do self-assessment and reassessment. Besides that, do you know that the irony of life is that that authority that was trying to bully me while I was away on my annual leave, he was the one that penned my name down to be promoted. So I got the promotion even right inside
Your absence.
my absence.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So if I had responded in like manner to the bullying, I would have not gotten that, and he would have succeeded to use power to push me out of the system.
Integrity should have.
It should have gone. And so, we believe in the business world that you must respect bureaucracy. Bureaucracy has to do with flowchart of authority. So if you have gone against your superior, you will not be there when they are finalizing on your matter. Because you'll be talking on the apex. So by the time they finish your matter, all you'll be having is the queries on the table, several queries. You will lose your integrity before all, and your expenditures. So when they say there is inflation, what can you do about it? When there is bullying from the rule, what can you do? The ruled will only pray to God to help them to be able to adapt to the situation they find themselves in. And ultimately, you see, they say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not just power. Knowledge is light. Knowledge is freedom. Because when you have true values, when you have true knowledge, like I say, if you are being chained on the hand, you can use sword to cut it.
Okay. With which hand?
If the two hands are being
chained,
you can use sword to cut the chain.
Okay.
If these two hands, like if you are being chained, the tight chain, you can use sword to cut the chain.
Who will cut it?
Somebody else
Okay.
will help you to cut. If you are being tied on the two legs, you can use sword to cut the chains. But if somebody is mentally chained, it takes divine intervention. And so, for you to appreciate divine intervention, it calls for spiritual knowledge. That will give you mental equilibrium. It will safeguard your mental health. Besides that, you'll be happy because you are now operating on a second level maturity. You find yourself among the minority who are acting in a wise way. You understand? Because unfortunately enough, So many people don't understand this rule of life, that majority does not always carry the votes, but when it comes to what is right, but majority will carry the votes in doing what is wrong. So for you to safeguard your life, to live a happy life, a meaningful life, a peaceful life, you must love to be with the minority. So when you apply knowledge that is not common, then you start doing uncommon things. Then people will see, you'll be able to bring yourself out of the shell, and then people will be able to see that you are a true value, you are somebody to emulate, you are an epitome or an exemplary person that they can always imitate, emulate from their fine examples. So that's what I can say.
Okay, so Mr. Shegu, my very next question, make I come out now for your field of practice. More focus on Nigeria now. How well do you know Nigerian politicians?
I don't know them at all. I don't know them.
Okay, but you shall know your state governor.
I see him on television. I've never been opportune to see him, so I don't know who he is.
Okay, but with the work where you dey hear, background work, say your state governor they do, the way we take they care for the people of your state, for now, we be the citizen of the state. If na animal be your state governor, which animal you think say go be your state governor?
Ah, animal, my dear brother. I don't even know which one to use. That's the truth. I don't know which one to use. I don't know which one to use.
That means your state governor must be up and doing as well.
Well, maybe you want to put words into my mouth. But for me, I think I should remain silent on that because I don't know. You know, in this country where we find ourselves in, they tell you that there's freedom of speech. But what happens after the freedom of speech?
No freedom after speech.
I can't say that, but what I know is you only know your freedom before speech. And before speech. And you know, your part of the Millennium Development Goal is fundamental human rights when it comes to freedom of speech. But what happens after the freedom of speech, nobody knows. So, in other words, everybody is trying to do what? To be security conscious, mentally security conscious, to protect himself or to protect herself.
No problem, Mr. Shegu. So, whichever state he is, his governor is working. So, let's keep supporting our leaders. They are doing extremely well.
But for me, I don't believe in any human government. I don't believe in any of them. I believe in theocracy. Theocracy is a rulership that is divinely directed. And I strongly stand to believe that there is no human rule that will succeed because all of us are imperfect. Even when Jesus came to the earth, he did not change the world. He only said, "You must pray this way. Our Father in the heavens, let your name be made holy, that's sanctified. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on the earth as the angels are doing in the heavens." So even Jesus Christ did not secure any votes. He didn't secure any position as a perfect man because we only have three perfect people that ever lived on the earth: Adam and Eve and Jesus Christ.
Okay, was that really perfect?
Yes, he was.
Until the end, yeah.
Yes, he became imperfect when he disobeyed. He became a rebel alongside with Satan and the devil too. So the only government that will correct all the wrongs, the only government that will bring all tears and wipe out all the tears, that will bring freedom and happiness to all, that will bring genuine love between families and the society at large is theocracy, not different colored human rulership. The only rulership that will bring peace and true peace and security to the entire world, not just here, the entire world, is theocracy. Because it is illogical to believe that guns or intercontinental ballistic missiles or arrows will be able to secure peace. Instead, it will secure pains, suspicion, and even fear in the society. So, there is no human rulership that will succeed with the use of guns and arrows and intercontinental ballistic missiles or whatever missiles that they have designed for themselves. So, if human government cannot do it, the Almighty God who owns the heavens and the earth will take charge and correct it and correct all matters. And you know, part of the things that people are suffering from today is what you mentioned before, injustices. Injustices is a thing of the heart. You know, Englishman say the heart is the seat of motivation. So, for injustice to be eradicated, that means the heart must be connected, worked upon. And the human, it is beyond human control to control their own heart, talk less of another person's heart. We have all these negative trends like injustices, like bullying, like parts of injustice, like you say, bullying that you said, like fears, suspicion, and all other negative things, including mental pains, agony. No human relationship will succeed except the divine one, the Almighty God, and that is theocracy.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Shegun. So my very last question: if you wake up one morning, can't discover say you can only communicate through sign language, how you go take tell person say your name now, Mr. Shegun, and then the kind of work wey you dey do? Sign language. Omo, I don't understand. Do it again. Do it again. Forget her. Forget her. Wait, this very last one. Wait a minute.
Okay, my name, my name is ordinary. If I want to say my name, that's Shegun.
Okay.
So if you want to sign, instead of you doing like this, that's my name. So if you miss me on the way and say good morning, I say good morning. How? Say fine. Name what? So you say how? So instead of you signing, you say I say fine. So Shegun, how? Fine.
Alright. Mr. Shego, thank you so much. Nobody don't give me this kind of sign language before. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the experience. So I look forward to having you again on FODLive. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the privilege.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode of FODLive. Make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms, FODLive, and then our partner, Shaba TV. Until we come your way again next week. Peace out.